We had a relaxing morning of packing up the gear, closing the tents and having a coffee before we said goodbye to Kubu Island.
Caught behind Venetian blinds, had to reach for the city lights. This ain't where I belong. Hey, look at me, man, what I've become. I've been running east, looking for something, digging deep since '99. What I thought was gone was sitting in my pocket in plain sight all along. I think it's time for me to go, burn all bridges. All I know, I got lost along the way, fell between the foam, pulling stitches. Time to let go, so come what may.
I highly recommend that you use a GPS when traveling around the Pans. It only helps to keep you in a general direction when you travel these routes, because sticking to the roads will not help you at all. It'll just get you lost. The reason being that these roads change with every single season. You have to remember that this area becomes sort of like a marshland in the rainy seasons, and every time when you travel it, you can see people who do use these areas and the roads frequently make new roads to travel where it's drier. So traveling on the roads that look like they've been traveled the most might push you in a completely different direction. Every now and then we found that the bush had actually grown over the road, so it forced us to reroute and make our own paths or find our own paths. But it took us about 2 hours, 2.5 hours to reach the edge of the pan where you turn left and you actually follow the shoulder or the bank of the sewer pans. That will take you all the way to the Nata road. Here we are on the pans. We are on the sewer pans. You can see it all the way that side. There's nothing. And we're gonna head straight that way behind us. Over the pans about 50 kilometers. It's gonna be an epic drive. The pans are a little bit hard, so which is a good thing. You just keep your wits about it, because you can hit some, how can I say, wet patches or muddy patches. You'll see that immediately when you don't have any more dust trailing behind your vehicle. Then you know you need to keep your wits about it, so it's advisable to put it in four-wheel drive. So if you hit them, those muddy pools, at least, you don't have to engage four-wheel drive. So yeah, it's going to be a nice one. Tonight we're camping at Planet Baobab. Rolf and JP is there behind us. But yeah, Planet Baobab, it's our next stop. It's going to be an awesome trip. Epic pans. Just look at the view. Look at the view.
Woo! Overlander in his natural habitat.
Even though this is an area of Botswana where you don't find an abundance of wildlife, it is such an amazing trip to do. It really opens up a sense of adventure. There's just something about the Pans and visiting the Pans areas that I really love. It is amazing to be able to look over the horizon and the only thing you see is a flat salt pan. It is really breathtaking. It's something out of this world.
What I thought was gone was sitting in my pocket in plain sight all along. I think it's time for me to go, burn all bridges. All I know, I got lost along the way, fell between the foam, pulling stitches. Time to let go, so come what may.
Reaching the north end of the Makgadikgadi Pans, we actually had to change our plans as Planet Baobab's double booked our campsites for the evening.
Don't look before you leave.
So the next available option that we had was to head to Nata Lodge to stay there for the night. Reaching Nata, you have two options of camping. If you plan on going to Nata Lodge and using their facilities, they've got an awesome restaurant and a huge pool where you can just sit and relax after a hot day. Your second option is making your way to the Nata Bird Sanctuary, where you can also camp, but there are no restaurants there, so it's completely self-catering when you decide to stay at Nata Bird Sanctuary.
Burn all bridges. All I know, I got lost along the way. Fell between the fold, pulling stitches. Time to let go.
Leaving Nata Lodge this morning marked the last stretch of our trip that would lead us all the way to the ancient Pebble Beach.
We just quickly made a pit stop by this beautiful baobab tree. We just met up with awesome two people, Wu and Josie. We had a bit of a chat. They were from Midland, Hong Kong. Beautiful, beautiful people. We shared so many ideas and gave them a few tips on how to drive and where to drive and what to see. They're on their way now to Elephant Sands tonight, and then tomorrow they're going to go to Maun, all the way up to Southgate and Zakanaka. So I think they're going to have an awesome trip. It's always wonderful meeting people on the road, you know, sharing ideas and having a bit of a culture clash, and it's awesome. That's why we do this, to meet people, to see places, and yeah, just share this overlanding, you know, adventures with everybody and whatever we saw and what, you know, what is to expect. It is awesome. That is what it's all about. Really, really, you know, the human interaction between all the different cultures and people that you see, because Botswana is a very, very rich tourist country and you meet a lot of people. It is really, really, really awesome. So you got to drive about 70 kilometers now all the way to the ancient Pebble Beach. Then yeah, we're going to pitch our tents there tonight. It's going to be an awesome one. It's our last night on the Pans, and then tomorrow it's on the way to Gabs. So you're going to have a nice meal tonight, cook a awesome braai, have a bit of dessert, and just enjoy the Pans for the last night. And then it's back again, you know, back home, back to the city life. We're going to be there around 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock today, so it's nice and early by the campsite, you know, getting time to pitch our tents, share a bit of ideas, you know, share the photos and the videos of the day. But yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome traveling with old Rolf and JP. Wonderful people, big buddies of mine. These trips are awesome. Really, really, these trips are awesome. This is the first one that we go together, so hopefully it's the first one of plenty to go on. Can't wait for what is in store. Rolfie! Laka laka! Brother mate! See you guys there.
And JP was traveling in front of me, and luckily I had fallen behind quite a bit so that I don't have to travel in their dust. And the next thing I saw when I came around a bend was the Land Cruiser stuck and JP and Rolf out of the vehicle trying to flag me down so that I don't follow them into the mud.
just came around this corner here, just came a little bit too fast, and this is what we're sitting with now. So yeah, no, we're digging and getting out the shovels. We're trying to hook the other bucky, just trying to do it safely so he doesn't get stuck as well. So, but yeah, no, we're jamming on. Ooh. Woof. Didn't work quite as planned. The Hilux went down a bit as well. So we're quickly trying to get the sand tracks out of there, at the bottom of there, get it out, get it in here to get it a bit moving, and then we'll try again. Hij kan nog optellen. So we've been here for 2 hours now, still struggling. As you can see, the Hilux is out, cruiser is still where it was. So what we've done is we have the air high lift jack. Then you jack up the vehicle, just push it over onto a new piece of gravel, so you just get out of that deep hole you have dug. So yeah, we're trying it now with the cruiser, just trying to pump it up. It's a bit higher than the Hilux, so it's taking a bit longer. But yeah, no, we'll manage. It's hot today. It's about 37 degrees here, and yeah, no, we're feeling the heat. Dis wat sê uit die spoor uit daarom. Nooit. Stick up.
The only option we had left now was just to keep on pulling and tugging on it with the snatch ropes and hoping that we would get this Land Cruiser out of this mud. After getting the Hilux and the Land Cruiser unstuck, we still had about 40 to 50 kilometers to drive before we could reach our final campsite.
Caught behind Venetian blinds, had to reach for the city lights. This ain't where I belong. Hey, look at me, man, what I become. I've been running.
Here we are. At last. We are at the Pebble Beach, Kukunya Island campsites. What a sunset. Honestly speaking, this sunset that we have here, the Pan sunsets, it's one of the most special sunsets that I have ever seen. Honestly, it is a sight to see. Unfortunately, there's a bit of clouds in front of the sun, but the heavens are orange, orange, orange gold. Beautiful, beautiful. We're gonna quickly pitch our tents, get something cold to drink, and just chillax. After that, how can I say, ordeal of getting stuck and getting unstuck, I think that is well needed, honestly. Finally getting here after that session of getting stuck and getting unstuck. Thanks, Rufi. It was lekker, but luckily it was only once. So yeah, we're gonna pitch our tents, get something cold to drink, put a little, meat on the braai, and just relax. Enjoy the sunset, enjoy the scenery. It's our last night on the Pans before we head back home. It's gonna be a night to remember and a trip to remember, honestly.